Now, for the 5 listeners out there, if any of them watch Law and Order, specifically SVU, they'll kind of know where these next two topics kind of come from. But all right, Randall, check it.
Hmm.
I'm a guy, right?
Yeah.
I go to a bar.
Hmm.
I meet a young lady.
All right.
She says, oh my God, are you Nick Cannon?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Nick Cannon." What did I do? She's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm Nick Cannon and stuff like that. Will you have a drink with me? Sure. Me and the girl, we have some drinks. Have a good night. Good night. Get back to the room. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. And then I ask her, I was like, hey, you sure you want to have sex? And she says, yes, yes. Why are we here? We're here, aren't we? And so we have sex. A couple days later, or maybe even later that night, she realizes I'm not Nick Cannon.
Oh, we gave it away.
She follows Nick Cannon, and Nick Cannon had tweeted from being in like Vegas or like Hollywood or something.
Okay. That's a good excuse. That's
And
pretty
so
good on the fly.
now she realizes that. Can she say that I raped her?
You didn't know.
But can she charge me for rape?
Um, as someone that don't know a lot about the law, I'm gonna say no, because I don't see how a lie is rape.
So,
You did lie, but I
oh, I
mean
didn't lie.
that shit ain't rape though.
Yep. So, spoiler alert. Um,
Spoil. I gotta tag the shit again. All right, go ahead.
spo-
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert. So, what happened was for this particular episode that this happened, and I'll give you the scenario in a second. What actually happened, but old buddy did get brought up on rape charges. I think he played it down to criminal impersonation.
That seems reasonable.
But this is what old buddy was doing, which is, I'm not gonna lie, it was fucking genius. I ain't
Hmm.
trying to say I would do it, but the shit was genius.
All right.
So, you know how the big the big schools, the big Ivy League schools and stuff like that, you know, it's pretty hard to get into them, right?
Yeah.
You might be close to a perfect student, but at the same time, it's lots of perfect students out there. So, it's kind of hard to get into those schools, right?
Hmm.
So, this dude was going around impersonating college admission professors because what do moms want to do? They want to get their kids into school. They
Hmm.
don't mind doing a little something, if that means their kid can get into the school. So this dude would meet with the women, would meet with the moms, talk with them. Obviously, the mom wants the guy to have a good time, so she kind of like flirts, does some things, maybe even comes back and has sex with them. And the guy always says, "Are you sure you want to have sex?" And the ladies always say, "Yeah," thinking that they're having sex with, let's just say, John Claude.
Hmm.
And then they find out that it really wasn't John Clyde. Well, for the longest, none of these women could even report this man because technically you was in the wrong in the first place trying to seduce a college admissions professor. It's
Yeah.
kind of like you were trying to bribe him.
Yeah.
So off the bat, you were already in the wrong. Um, it just so happens with this one lady when she realized that she wasn't that the guy wasn't who he claimed to be, she went and started to cut herself and do things. And so they found they was asking her why, and she was like, this guy came and basically he had sex, and I didn't want to have sex with him. And then it like turned out, well, I didn't want to have sex with him only because he wasn't who I thought he was. Like, I've never had sex with that guy, but when you thought that guy was, you know, some big time star or somebody with some power and influence, you would have had sex with them. But now that I know it's just the security guard, no, I don't want to have sex with the security guard. And they went and they found more ladies who was tricked by the same story of the college admission, the dude claiming to be a college admission dude. So eventually they came and they tried to charge him for rape. And like I said, spoiler alert, he ended up doing criminal impersonation, but it did bring up a question like, when is lying actually now a crime?
Man, that shit's so great. Cause like, all right, you lying to be about a admission, a college admission professor.
Hmm.
Okay, so what if you at a club and you sleep with somebody that you think is gorgeous, but it was just lighting, it was makeup, it was a pretty routine thing that had no nefarious intent. It's just I left the house wanting to look a little bit better. I got someone's attention by looking a little bit better. Now that the deed is done and I gotta wash my face or whatever, I'm not quite who they look like. How the hell is that rape?
Right.
Like how deep does it go?
Right.
Somebody got a nice suit on, and then somebody hit on him, and then they realize he drive like a Geo Metro, and he work at Hardee's. Like it was a nice suit. You fell for the
Hmm.
suit.
Right. And that was my thing. Another
No offense
person.
to working at Hardee's or Carl's Jr. Depending on the region, depending on the region you live in. They actually have very good food. They just take a long ass time to get your food ready.